Okay, as promised, I am here with my next update. We actually had cardiology today instead of Wednesday, so that's why I decided to go ahead and update today. We had a good day at cardiology. We actually got up there early to have lunch with one of the nurses that was in the NICU while Caleb was in there, and her name's Whitney. And we had a good time with her. It was really rushed, but I hate that. We had a good time. Caleb is still kind of apprehensive just because, you know, he doesn't like strangers when he first meets them. He kind of warms up to them later, but we had a good time. I really missed them. I like the nurses, all of them there. They were really, really helpful to me. So we had a good time, and then we rushed around and got to our appointment, and we rushed and waited basically. But we did find out he weighs 17 pounds 13 ounces, so that's good. And in the waiting room, it was really funny because he was actually crawling around and just, he was like the life of the party, the waiting room. And he went around to everybody and kind of blabbed at him, kind of waved a little bit, and just played with toys. And it was really nice because I don't think he got too exhausted yet because he was having fun. Instead of realizing that he was waiting, that's when it's not so fun. And he actually took 2 bottles today that weren't heated, which I know doesn't really sound that exciting, but I'm trying to work him to where he takes cold milk instead of warm milk. And usually he fights me on it, but he's starting to take it, so it's going to be easier when we're out. And so he went back and we had his echo and EKG done, and it was just as I suspected. He does not like to be touched, messed with, anything, so he screamed and fought every second of the EKG and the echo, but we got it done. The guy that did the echo was awesome. He had a toy and was trying to get Caleb to laugh and play, but it didn't work, but we got enough of the picture done, and Dr. Fricker actually came in and asked if Caleb was moving around a lot on the table, and I said, yeah, did you hear him? And he just laughed because the picture, I guess, was just all over the place because he could see that Caleb was squirming and wanting it to be done with. But he did tell us that his heart functions are still looking okay, that his left ventricle is still working really well, and that's what we're really concerned about, because if the left ventricle starts to go down, and what it's doing, that's a concern, because the left ventricle is picking up the slack for the right ventricle, because the right ventricle basically does nothing, and the left ventricle is working double, because it's taking the place of both ventricles. So if that starts to go down, that's going to be an issue, but right now it's not. Still doing really, really great. And he's still not sure about the heart transplant. We really won't know too much about that until he's bigger and we can do another heart cath. So everybody that always asks me about his heart transplant, I never really know what to say, because it's another Russian wait kind of thing. We just wait till he's bigger and find out what's going on with the sinusoids. But other than that, he did great. There's no real concerns. He doesn't want to put him on any more medication, so that's really good. He does. Oh, and this past weekend, actually, Danny got to come home, which, again, is always nice. And it's so cute, because when he comes home, Caleb gets really, really, really excited. And he smiles, and he says Dada, but I'm not exactly sure if he knows what it means, but he just crawls and crawls and hangs on his legs. And I know it makes Danny's whole month when he gets to see him, and he's happy, and it's great because Danny gets up every morning with him and makes his breakfast, so I get to sleep in, and I don't ever get to do that when it's just me. That's really, really, really nice. And we had a good weekend. We tried to go to a manatee festival here in town, but it was kind of cold. But we did that, and we tried to go to Outback for a nice dinner, and Caleb wasn't having it, so we just took it to go and sat here and had a nice dinner, and it was really nice. But right before Danny came, Caleb broke out in a rash, and it almost looks like chicken pox, but I know he doesn't have chicken pox because the rash doesn't really bother him. But I'm thinking I started to use a different kind of lotion on him, and I think he has an allergic reaction to it, so he's just broken out from head to toe right now. So I'm just working on getting rid of that, and other than that, he's learned how to open and close doors, and he does it all the time. He thinks it's hilarious. And he's starting to cruise more along the furniture, so I just know the first steps are coming soon, and I can't wait. Nothing much is really going on though. He's doing really well. I had a dream a couple nights ago that he was in congestive heart failure, and I will tell you that's a dream that I wanted to wake up from so bad. I just cried and cried in that dream. So it was a real fear of mine to actually go to cardiology today because I thought it was just a dream that I didn't want to become a reality. And it's always in the back of my mind. I always have the negative thoughts that creep in, and I try to force myself to not think about it. And it's hard. There's days where I sit and I feel sorry for him. I feel sorry for me. I feel sorry for our situation. But then I stop and just remember how blessed that we are, because we really are. And I know that it's very easy to let the negative stuff creep into your head. And it's funny, actually, today when I was waiting for cardiology, I met another heart mom, and you could tell she was newly into this, and she just seemed so panicked about everything, and I just remember those feelings so vividly. And she was just asking me so many questions, and generally concerned for Caleb and concerned for her baby, and it was just neat to be on the other end of it and kind of be the calm one instead of the frantic one. And other than that, I really don't have too much more to say. Everything else is going great, and I hope that everybody else is doing wonderful out there. And we will see you later. I don't really know when I'll get to update, but I'll do it as soon as something happens. And hope you all have a good night.